Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I've got a 24 by 30 inch canvas from Michaels. It's gallery wrapped and splined. It's their level 3. I'm not going to pick that up and show you. I've got the word love written on it in chalk pastel. Ooh, I'm getting a good shadow from me. It's nighttime here. I'm going to use my primary colors, titanium white. These are all Liquitex. Cad yellow medium hue. I'm just throwing them on a chair next to me. Mars black. Phthalo blue green shade. I use that a lot. I use phthalo blue quite a bit too. And then Quinacridone magenta. So red, yellow, whoop, blue. I'm going to paint a poppy painting. I don't have a large flower painting, so I'm going to paint a poppy painting. I think I'm going to have the thick grasses up to this point. I want to try to keep it light. I've been painting a lot of juicy deep color paintings, which I love. We're going to try to keep this one a little lighter, muted. I'm going to try to keep it more muted. We'll see what happens. And then just lots of little skinny poppies. I don't think I'll have any big ones, just lots of little skinny ones sort of in a tangle everywhere. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so what the heck am I doing? I might want this lighter. I want to see it tomorrow in the daylight. It's really dark now outside and darker in my studio. I added some white. Well, here, let's start with my color. So I added a little bit of phthalo blue, a little bit of Mars black, and a lot of white, and made a muted blue color. And this is just more white in that muted blue color. And I took a 3-inch, I think you call these chipboard brushes. This one's from Blick Art Materials. So it's nice and big, so I can cover quite a bit of area. And just back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes I grab some water so it flow better. What else? So this is upside down. My corners are a little darker, which I like because that'll help hold you in the painting. And then why did I paint, if this is the bottom of my painting, I just painted it dark because it's going to have darker grasses over it. So I just went ahead and painted darker blue. But I need it to dry and flip it and see what it looks like in the morning. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so what the heck am I doing? I lightened this up with a little bit of white and barely blue. I lightened it up just a little bit more. And it's looking lighter. It always looks too dark to me until I get more of the painting on. That just happens a lot to me. I mixed cad yellow with some phthalo blue and some black to make a dark green. This is cad yellow and a little bit of black to make kind of a warmer green. And I decided I kind of wanted a brown, so I put some Quinacridone magenta. This is the phthalo blue green shade. Quinacridone magenta, yellow, and a little bit of black, and I actually left it rustier red. And then this is like a house brush or something. I got it on Amazon. It says Amazon Basics. I don't know if you can see that. It's 1.5 inches, but it's let's see if I can puff it out here. It's thicker, so I can get kind of fun texture. and I'm just playing. Excuse me. I'm just getting some color down and playing. Oh, I did take a T-square and drew a line about 8 inches up my canvas. It's a 24-inch canvas, so that's about 1/3 of the way up. Just so I kind of know where I want the grass and the weeds to end. And I don't know if this is, I might want to mute this more. I might want to, but anyway, I'm going to let that dry and paint the bottom and then keep working on it. I just thought I'd let you know what I'm doing. So just as a reminder, so titanium white, quinacridone magenta, Mars black, phthalo blue green shade. I did at one point have cad yellow medium hue. And I'll probably have another palette for the red poppies. I might have the poppies kind of pop out, for lack of a better word. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey, so this is fun. I'm really liking it. I wasn't so sure when I first swirled on the first layer of color. But as you get more layers, you can kind of play with the values a little bit. Like that's a little bit of the original color I put on peeking through. There's little bits here and there. One thing I did do is I added more black to all my colors. I wanted to mute them down more. And I'm liking that. Another thing I did was my brush is pretty dry. It's splitting, it's separating. And then I would stick on, here, let's see if I can wipe this off a little bit. We'll do it maybe with some dark. So I just kind of put a little dab on one corner and then just put in like little dots and swirls and drag it around. Or leave the dots. I don't want to get too many on here because then it's not going to look very good. Oh, I kind of like that. It's just kind of fun to play with it and get some interesting texture. And some of my brush strokes kind of indicate direction in grass growing or maybe poppy stems growing. And some of them I just, just kind of twisted it on there. Now, I don't know if I want to do that again because I don't really want it darker right there. Oh, and then keep your corners quieter, kind of keep your edges quieter, and you kind of build a little bit more detail into the middle of your painting. You don't have to. It's just kind of, see how this one's, I think you can tell that this corner is much quieter. As I put it here, I'll put a little. Isn't that fun? Just kind of scrubbing. Fairly dry brush so that you can scrub. I have a darker area here. I tended to want to put things in the middle and then I would move them over. You can, but it's just a good rule of thumb not to put things in the middle. And then I don't know if you can see, but like there's little, like, who knows what those are up there. Little weeds. Could probably put some more over here. Okay, that turned out really pretty. I really liked it. It was really fun. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. So when I got this brush, let's see if I do that, you can read it. It was really inexpensive. I wanted it because it's chubbier and I could get some interesting textures with it. But it was dropping bristles quite a bit. So I've washed it several times and now I really like it. Sometimes you just, if you get a brush and it's dropping a lot of bristles, just wash it several times and it'll stop. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, let's chat for a second. So I started another palette. So this is a 3-palette painting. Some of that's just because I used bigger brushes on the background, and the greens, you just need more working room. So Quinacridone Magenta, Cad Yellow Medium Hue, Titanium White, and I mixed, it's still kind of a red orange and an orange, a lighter orange. And I've been kind of bouncing around between brushes. Using, it's almost an inch. It's not quite an inch angle brush. It's just a craft brush. This is a 3/4 inch flat brush. It's a craft brush. These are all from Michaels. This is a Michaels Artist Loft line. This is a 3/8 inch flat brush. And gosh, this is, oh, it's a flat shader. I think it's a Simply Simmons. It's the same size. Sometimes it's just kind of nice, like if I've got green going, but I want the same size brush, I can use, this one for green and this one for the red. So I don't have to clean them quite so well. You want to keep them damp though, so that they don't dry out, get crusty. If they get crusty, you can use hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol to break down the paint. It is hard on the brushes, but it will get the paint out. And these guys are pretty sturdy. I've done it to these before. It works really well. Okay. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm just going slow. I put in some stems, I put in some flowers, I come back and put in more stems. I'm just kind of piecing it together. We're going to work on this section during the live, so I wanted to pop in and say the next bit that's time lapse will be the live. I'm not sure. I kind of like the softer colors of the poppies. I don't know if I'm going to leave that and just add more color to them. Like I've played with this one a little bit. I've added some color to that one, come back to it a couple times. I'll probably just build them up slowly and see what I think. I am shifting the color where this one's pinker, this one's browner, that one has some orange in it, just for interest. Oh, and I do have a reference photo. I've used it before for other poppy paintings. It's on Unsplash. I'll link it. Sorry about all the glare. I'll link it in this video's description. Okay, I think that gets us up to speed. The next bit will be the live, and then I'll be back in a bit. Just popping in to let you know that last time lapse bit was the live. I worked a little bit more on the color of the poppies. I have them a red orange. I don't know how they look on the video. This one's orange. And then during the live we painted these poppies and put in some weeds and things, if you want to see it in real time. I'm going to work on the rest of the poppies, and then I think next I'm going to put in a bunch more buds. What do you call those, buds? And maybe some weeds like that one right here, and just load it up. And I may even put some, get some structure gel out towards the end and give it a little texture. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. What do you think, friends? I keep adding grass blades, poppy buds, marks. I could make it busier. I'm gonna stop, but I am tempted to make it busier. Let's do a little tour and then I'll say goodbye. Okay, let's see. I guess we'll just start kind of up here. So I put some thick blobs of white to add a little like sparkle, but also to kind of have your eye dance around. I'm backing up again now that I pointed that out to you. And then some, like I put some weeds over poppies or grasses or whatever they are. And then I have like just a little hint of a poppy. Here, let's see if I can point in video. Just like almost a flat color of a yellow orange. This is just like one brush stroke. And then I put some black on the bottom, or almost black. It might be a lot of black and a little bit of green. Okay, now that I pointed that out to you, yeah, I think it helps. Because I didn't connect a lot of the stems to the bottom, but then I brought a few black ones coming up. I think that helps. Guys can let me know in the comments. So pretty simple poppies. Some of them I like better than others. It's just the way it goes. It's a 24 by 30 inch painting, so I'm kind of having a hard time. Well, and some of my buds, okay, there's an example where this one gets pushed back because the stem goes over it and because there's not as much detail as like that one. So I'm kind of playing with that. Some thicker brush strokes, some thinner ones, some rustier ones. And I did paint just a little bit on the side. I did paint on the sides and I just put one of these on each side. Okay guys, I'm gonna turn the phone around and say goodbye. I just wanted to say I really do like how I have it lighter back in through here. I think that's really pretty. I had a lot of fun with that large brush I showed you in the beginning. Now I'm looking for it. It made just a bunch of fun marks for suggesting grass or a tangle of things. I'm trying to put things back. I like, what else do I like? Oh, I think I've mentioned that. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Paint it smaller, like if you paint on an 8 by 8. This is, as I said, this was a 24 by 30. And you can do all the tangles, but it'll go quicker. You know, a poppy can just be a triangle, and then I put a little split in it, if you can see that. You know, these aren't terribly realistic. It's just fun. It's just, we're just playing with shapes and color and having fun. Okay, guys. It's so fun that you tag along with me. I just love the comments and hanging out with you. Super, super appreciate your support. Great, big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.